Truth and liar, she been through the fire, now she see that flame. Life through the pain, but she still got game. Everyday life with a twist and a grin. Tears, truth, jokes, but here begin. She break it down real, never play and pretend. Take heed to the messages, lessons through the lens.
From the stars, turned all them L's and twist them R's. Ain't here to preach, just here to relate. She done fell in the traps, now she shifting the fate.
Every slip was set up for her. Next tries, not your poor truth with a joke on the side. No filth, no fluff, just soul in the mix. Every story got a gem, every laugh got a fix. She where you went from heartbreak to hustle, from crying in the dark to finding the muscle. So if you watch it, better open your ears, cause the realest lessons come wrapped in them tears. Take heed to the lessons, you gon' feel inspired. Real talk, no blood, just the truth and lies. She been through the fire, now she see that flame. Laugh through the pain, but she still got game. Everyday life with a twist and a trend. Tears, truth, jokes, where the hill begin. She break it down real, never play and pretend. Take heed to the lessons, lessons through the lens.
She say how it is, no shoot, no rest. Like ghost, you in love, but it's all gonna last.
It's like uncut with a side to grace. She a voice in your ear when the world's in your face.
So laugh if you want, cry if you need. But one thing for sure, you gon' take.
Cause she been through the mess, now she blessed in the crowd. With truth in the chest, and the head still proud.
Shout out to Corey Joe, 1000 Watts Radio. This brother had sent me this intro music and it is amazing, okay? And I want to tell him thank you once again for always trying to add more to my channel. I greatly appreciate you, sir. I just want us to get into some foolery today. Shout out to Corey Joe, 1000 Watts Radio. Let's get into the nonsense. So the title of this foolery today is Dr. Umar's daughter was in a WWE match. Okay, did y'all hear me? Dr. Umar's daughter was in a WWE match. Okay. And DeKalb County teacher was jumped by fatherless children. I know they fatherless, okay, because ain't no child that got a daddy with a king mindset. They know better. They know something is coming down the pipe if they do something bad to a teacher. But, you know, somehow our children don't understand that, okay? So they jumped this teacher. They jumped this teacher. Now, I know we was not supposed to do a show today, but my plans got canceled. So that's why I am here with y'all this morning, okay? Plans got canceled, so I said, let me just come in and do what I do in the morning. So we going to talk about it. We going to talk about the foolery that is going on right now with DeKalb County, Martin Luther King School, and we going to talk about Dr. Umar's daughter. And the first person that's on the chopping block is Dr. Umar's daughter. Thank you to everybody who came to rock with me today. I greatly appreciate it because you could have been anywhere else, but you said, let me go see what this loudmouth heifer is talking about. So, Stephen, I see you. 18, I see you. Thank you so much for coming in and rocking with me. I greatly appreciate it. So for my people who are in the clouds and you watching, okay, I need you to hit that like button. Be nice, okay? Be nice, hit that like button. There's 3 dots at the top of your screen. You feel me? There's 3 dots at the top of your screen. Hit those dots for me, okay? If you feel my content. If you don't, scroll up, baby. Scroll up, okay? So now, alleged, okay? Even though Dr. Umar's daughter went on live, okay, after she got into a fist, hands and fists or whatever altercation, okay? And so I got to be careful with my words. So, I'm going to be jumping over these words today, okay? This is what she said. Let's go right to the video because this is what she said. All right. This is now, mind you, this is the same father who is running around here telling us how to treat our children, how to raise our children, how fathers are needed in the home. But yet you never fix your own. You never fix your own home. You never fix your stuff and got it in order. But yet you come out here and try to teach to the masses. I'm not upset that he wants to teach to the masses, but at least have your stuff in order. You understand? At least have your stuff in order. And this child, 21, 22 years old, she needs this man because you can tell the way she has been guided all her youth that there's a problem. Okay. So let's get to the video. You're going to hear a lot of screaming. Okay. Because she cursing and everything like that too. So, please forgive the language. Okay. Please forgive the language because sister girl is in here getting indignant, honey. Okay. She getting indignant. Also, we want to drop something about Deion Sanders' son. Okay. Somebody brought this to my attention on IG. So I want us to run down that avenue real quick too. Okay. And congratulations to Deion Sanders' son. He got drafted in the 3rd round. So congratulations to him. I know he's happy about that. Now let's get into Dr. Umar's daughter. Okay, here she go. Right here. Nonsense, y'all. Nonsense. Here we go.
Get on my face, bitch! Never been pussy! We can run it 10 more times! Bitch, I'm from North Philly. Y'all bitches, you're not gonna bully me. Win, lose, or draw, I'm doing my shit, bitch. You ain't with that second. This is my first fight. Y'all not let her have it. This is my first fight. First fight. Good. First, that bitch had me on the ground. No, bro, I wanted a second round, bro. She had me on the fucking ground. But for this to be my first fight, bitch, never been pussy. Fuck what you talking about, bitch. Ain't shit on my hand. Ain't shit on my knees. Yo, I ate that shit. Yo, I ate that shit up. No tears, no spread. All I got is this one hand. I ate that shit up. No, I ate that shit up. I ate that. She's like, it's like I was trying to get up, but she's tall. Nothing, bitch. She's tall, like she a little taller than me. That's all she got. That's all she got on me. She just a little taller. But for that to be my first fight, ate that shit, bitch. When you want to run again, never been pussy. That's so gangster to me. But this will be my first fight. Oh, I got a little bruise. Nothing crazy. What?
Coretta Scott King. Do you know who that is?
So she got into a fight. She said, I'm from North Philly. I'm not scared of nobody or whatever. And this is the thing that always irked my nerve. Just because you from a tough area, that doesn't mean that you can fight. There's some kids who grew up in tough areas, they don't know how to fight. Just because you say you from North, just because you say you from Elizabeth, just because you say you from just because you say you from Jersey City, not everybody know how to fight. Just because you said you from North Philly, not everybody knows how to fight. Now take heed to the message. It does not support violence. My channel does not support violence. But I want y'all to look at this. You remember I told y'all, you got to look at this young lady with a mother's eyes. Something is wrong here. 22 years old and you still scrapping. You know what I'm saying? At 22, I wasn't even thinking about going. I ain't even want to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't even want to see no four walls of jail. You know what I'm saying? And somebody, slam that bar. I ain't even want to get in nonsense when I got grown because now you know that you could go to jail now. You know what I'm saying? You could go to jail. As a teenager, you could go to jail, but they're a little lenient on you. But now you're grown, you're gonna go do some time. So the thing is that she was somewhere probably where she wasn't supposed to be, okay? And somebody wanted to fight her, and she was like, "Let's get it popping." Now she said the girl done got her on the ground and all this stuff like that, and she wanted to fight again, okay? And this young lady, okay, this young lady, Dr. Umar, instead of you making videos on social media about Shay Shay and stuff like that, you need to go see about your daughter. You need to go see about your daughter. See, most of these content creators, they going to just agree with you because you bring amazing content. But that daughter needs you. 22 years old and you out here fighting in the street. Anybody who is grown and you still fighting in the street, you don't have no purpose. Do you hear me? That's nasty. And I know it's nasty, but I don't care. If you still fighting while you grown, you don't have no purpose. You don't have no purpose. Because I be damn somebody run up on me and be like, we gonna fight. Take heed, we gonna fight. First number I'm dialing is 911. Wanna know why? Now I know I can probably whoop your ass, but I'm gonna call the police because I ain't going to jail. I'm not gonna go to jail. That's my main objective. And I'm a project kid. I never wanted to go to jail. You understand? It doesn't make sense. This is what we're talking about. Why would you think that, this is a good idea to be fighting? Thank you, Steven. This is a good idea to be fighting. And you 22 years old and you don't know if this girl could have bashed your head on the ground. You know what I'm saying? It just is nonsense. Once you get grown, there should be conflict resolution going on here. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying we need to teach the kids this while they're young too. But I'm saying as an adult, words should not hurt that much that you ready to fight somebody. You understand? And I understand when people lay hands on you too. That's a different kind of beast. But you have to learn how to either get out of Dodge. You don't know how this gonna play out. You know what I'm saying? Or Popo need to be called. Thank you, 18. Popo need to be called. This is the uncomfortable truth. So she rocked it out with somebody. She said, look at my face. I ain't got no marks on my face. I ain't got no marks on my face. Dr. Umar, this girl needs you. This girl needs you. Please get off the YouTubian streets and go see about your daughter. 22 years old, and she ready to scrap out on social media. She ready to get it popping. And then the first thing she think is to go live on her phone while she's fighting. Everything is content. Everything is content. It's for likes and views. Everything is content. And I'm looking at this young woman, 22 years old. I can't see it. I was as 19. She don't think about getting out there scrapping and fighting with nobody. Most things she thinking about is finishing her years at college. Finishing her time at college. 18 said, yes, Mom, she's longing for attention. She is, sister. I'm telling you. That's her problem. Thank you, Stephen. I appreciate you, honey. Got a lot of trolls in here early in the morning. That's the uncomfortable truth. She's hurting. This woman, this young lady is going through some foolery. And she needs that daddy. You understand? She needs her father. Can you imagine? So what do y'all think about it? What you think? I feel bad for her. I feel bad the situation with her, the mama, and Dr. Umar. But I'm gonna share something with you. Dr. Umar is a Pookie and Rere. He talk a good game, but he doesn't live it in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like you get a lot of content creators, they talk a good game, right? They talk a good game, but they don't live it. They don't live it. And so how can you try to preach it when you don't live it? Okay? Steven says she's crying out for attention for her daddy. You know, you got the thing is you have a lot of wanksters on social media. Some of them they get up here talking about they got money, this and that. And when you meet them in real life, they ain't got shit. They ain't got shit. They ain't got nothing. You know what I'm saying? They can't maintain nothing. And so they sit up here and live in this delusional world, come to social media because they give cash apps or super chats for $100 and $50. Mind you, first of all, you know you could give super chats through your phone. You know, the phone, it goes to your phone bill. So they out here, you know, living it up, trying to act like they balling, and then they ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. Ain't that nasty? Oh my God. Dr. Umar got to do something with that girl. All this money he been making over the years, he ain't even take time to want to be involved with that girl. I don't care what the mama say. I don't care what the mama say. But I damn sure been, and even though he said he was fighting the courts, I would have took what they said just so that I could be with my daughter. I would have took what they said, and then once things started getting better, then I would have went in here and re-asked for visitation, you know, so that I don't need supervised visitation anymore. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would have done. I understand how the mama feel, but sometimes my sisters, when y'all separate these kids from their fathers, they grow up without a purpose. Some of these children, they grow up and they don't have no purpose, and they have a longing to want to be with the father. Take heed is speaking from experience. You understand? Hey Hall, how are you? Triangle View, how are you? Yeah, I'm just saying these kids need to be connected with the owner's manual. When these kids are not connected with the owner's manual, they grow up messed up. Now, I'm not saying that every manual is amazing. I'm not saying that, because you have some men that's still on that Pookie and Ray Ray mindset and can't raise children properly. You do have some, but the child needs to have a link with the father. These children need to have the link with their father so that they can at least grow up with a sane mind. Then it says it's the same with boys. We need fathers to guide us into manhood. Thank you, Stephen. I appreciate you for that. Okay. It's sad. It's sad. And you know, as being a content creator, you get a lot of people that might want to hurt you, especially if you said something that they did not like. Okay. I kid you not, you'll get people that'll come at you, ignorant people, because you might have said something that they didn't like. You understand? But I'll be damned. I'll be damned. The girl is in trouble. She in trouble. At 22 years old, you ready to get out here and start scrapping. And Dr. Umar, you got to stop giving advice to people and get in there and get with those girls, those two daughters, because they need you. If you don't get in there now, because this 22 can change. She can change. If you don't get in there now, these girls going to be doomed. Even that little one that's a teenager. The father is needed. The first love is needed. Didn't you do? I know y'all already know. I know y'all already know. The father is the first love of the girls. You know this, right? So if the father is not an upstanding type of man, he doesn't have a king mindset, the daughter, because of the love that she has for the father, she'll keep copying that same type of man. She copies the same type of man that you are, father. I'm letting you know. Daddies, this is the uncomfortable truth. The way you treat these girls will determine what type of man she gonna want to be with. Why is Take Heed saying this? This is from experience. All the men that I have had in my past, okay, that I have dated, maybe just talked to, stuff like that, they all resembled my blood father. They all resembled him, okay? My father is a good man, but he has some ways that is very toxic. You know what I'm saying? But I love him. I love him. But he got some stuff going on with him. Okay. But my husband, okay, my husband of 18 years, he has the characteristics of my stepfather. Now, even though my stepfather was only in our home for a few years, because my mother, you know, she wanted to hoe it out. So he was only in our home for a few years. They were only married, living together for a few years, but on paper, 30 something years. Okay. And so my husband has the characteristics of my stepfather. My stepfather was a good man. May his soul rest in peace. It's nothing he wouldn't do for my mama. Even when my mama had another man, it was nothing he would not do for her. You understand? My mom had a whole man in the house. And and there was times when we had no food. My stepfather would come, bring bags of groceries and stuff like that. And the man my mama was messing with would be eating the food too. You know what I'm saying? And my mom was okay with that because she knew my stepfather loved her so much that she could do no wrong in his eyes. That's sad, right? That's sad. Oh my God. That's sad. It's painful. Oh, thank you, honey. It's painful. And so when I met my king, immediately I knew that he was, you know, a copy of my stepfather with the heart, you know, the mindset of the heart. I immediately knew. And I remember before my stepfather passed away, he said to me, "You have a good husband." And I told my stepfather, I know, because he just like you, daddy. I always knew my stepfather was a good man. But my mother, she wanted that whole life. You know what I'm saying? She wanted to do what she wanted to do. And she didn't want to be held accountable for her actions. You understand? I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know. Okay? Letting you know. So now let's get into the next foolery. Okay? DeKalb County has a problem down here. Now, they're not the only county that has a problem, but DeKalb County is a whole problem. Martin Luther King School. One child punched a teacher. Now, take heed to the message, does not support violence, okay? But these were all boy children, and the children were our kids, okay? Okay, our lineage. So one of them, we're on a new segment, y'all. One of them punched the teacher, okay, right in the face, sucker punched the teacher. Then the security guard jumps in front of the child and try to pull the child away. The teacher goes in and try to hit the child back, okay? Now the other kids, look like about maybe 10 other children, jump on the teacher, okay? And the man is old. He looked like he in his late 60s and stuff. He can't thump like he used to or whatever. So he began to lay hands on, the children began to lay hands on the teacher. All the other black male teachers come out trying to push the kids away from the teacher. They hurt this man. Y'all, they hit this man with combinations and everything. And this is what we talk about when we say fatherless homes. Fatherless homes. Do you believe that if these children have fathers in their home, you think they would do that nonsense? Do you think they would do that nonsense if they have fathers in their homes? They would not, because they know there's a consequence coming. See, they only got their mama, so mama gonna scream at them and stuff. She can't whoop them no more. She can't whoop them no more. You look at these kids now, you try to lay hands on them with a belt and they'll snatch that belt in the air. Okay? Right in the air. You not gonna whoop me. That's how you know when you can't spank those kids anymore, when they grab that belt in the air and they look at you. So you gonna tell me y'all gonna spank these boys that's in school that jumped on that teacher? Y'all not gonna do nothing. Fathers are needed in our community. This is what we talk about when our sisters get in here and say, I don't need no man to raise my children. I don't need no man. I don't need their father. This is what y'all say when these kids are young. Oh, my kids don't need no daddy. Did anybody ask these children if they need their father? Did anybody ask these children if they needed their father? No, y'all didn't. You decided on your own, these kids don't need no daddy. And so they got the mind to go to the school and lay hands on the teacher. I want y'all to hear it. Here we go. I have to stop it. It's too much. So they began to start laying hands on the teacher. Now they done got this teacher all to the ground and everything. They done got this teacher on the ground and everything. He looked like he in his late 60s. Okay. I have never in my life, and mind you, I'm a project child, 3 projects in Elizabeth, New Jersey. I'd have never jumped on any of my teachers. I never laid hands on any of my teachers. And I may not have liked what they said to me, but I've never laid hands on any of my teachers. Y'all raising monsters. And the children are filming the video and placed it on social media. Okay? Y'all raising monsters. Without these daddies, these kids are turning into monsters. But we okay with that, right? Because, you know, I don't need no man. I don't need no man. And so now this thing has trickled down to the children. This false teaching has trickled down to the kids. And the kids are having the mindset that there's no accountability. Because with a daddy, there's accountability. There will be accountability. There will be punishment. You understand? And daddy will put his offspring in their place. But no, we don't need men. Men ain't shit. Men ain't gonna never be shit. Men never was shit. This is what you believe. 18 said they raised by monsters. Mama monsters. That's what you're trying to say. That's funny. Yes, it's true too. Because the generation before them, which is the mama and the daddy, y'all raising foolery. I mean, y'all was raised in foolery too. But this is the uncomfortable truth. If you as the parent was raised in foolery, right? You don't want your children, if you love your kids like you say you do, you don't want your children to be raised in nonsense. Take heed was raised in nonsense, but do you think I wanted my children to be raised in nonsense? I was raised in a crack house. Okay? I was raised in a crack house. Do you think I want my kids to see me basing in the kitchen and smoking and everything, snorting all this stuff? Do you think I wanted my kids to see stuff like that? No. I wanted my kids, when they come downstairs, cereal, milk is here, pancakes, eggs, sausages, mama cooking. You know what I'm saying? There's a meal every day. You know what I'm saying? Or every other day sometimes, because, you know, they do too much. Okay, so every other day, then it's leftovers or whatever. But the thing is that, do I really, you know what I'm saying? Did I want my children to go through foolery like that? No, my king didn't want his children to go through foolery like that. So when do you say, okay, my life was messed up, but I don't want my children's life to be messed up? Let me learn that the change needs to come. Come on now. Okay, let me learn that the change needs to come. Okay, I'm tired. I'm tired. Now, Triangle View says my parents was in my life, but only spent money on me. Never loved me. No guidance, support, protection. I got all that from my grandparents. Oh, God bless you. At least you got it from your grandparents, baby. Because sometimes we don't even get it from the grandparents. So that's a blessing right there, my dear. So even though it worked out the way it did, God still had someone available for you to grow, honey. So that's a good thing. You just make sure you there for your children. That's all. Okay. Hall said, I just could imagine that the old man had one of the little pocket knives. It could have gotten a little bit ugly in this and there, because I remember the old gentleman in Newark used to always carry it in a pocket. Now that's true. They did. Older men always carry pocket knives. This is true. But you know what? I don't think he had expected those kids to do that. I thank God it didn't happen like that though. But can you imagine all those kids jumping on this old man? And I'm a share. You know they done put the teacher on administrative leave. Though all those kids need to go to jail. I don't want to hear none of that stuff. All those kids need to go to jail. Yeah, all of them need to go to jail. And the mama need to attend jail with them. Because when you don't teach these children right, y'all need to be punished too. Your kids doing nonsense, y'all need to be punished too. It's crazy. Okay? It's sad. It don't make no sense. And now it's all over social media. All over social media. And Ugly Money was talking about it. He was talking about it. It's heartbreaking. Here we go. Let's see what he said.
This is why people have to stop quitting.
Here we go. Let's see what Ugly Money say about the video. Now, he spoke about it afterwards, and I like that part. He said something. Here we go.
I don't blame the teacher for how he reacted. I don't blame the students for assaulting the teacher. I blame the parenting. And we all know what most likely that household situation is. These are the type of young men that women raise. If he had a father in his life, do you think that this young man would be swinging on a teacher knowing that his dad's at home and he's gonna have to swing on his dad after that? There was nobody that I was scared of more in school than my father. So every time that I went to school, I always had that voice in the back of my mind, like, if I cut up in here, I'm gonna have to see Philip Harris Sr. and I don't wanna see him. And there's nobody in this school that's more intimidating to me than my father. And this is exactly why young boys need their fathers. They need a father figure in the household. So before you leave that man, before you break up your household because of whatever reason, or you're tired of this or tired of that, you should be tired of seeing our young men going to jail, because they're going to jail for that. They assaulted that man.
Oh, yeah.
Now what happened afterwards is here nor there. You can make your speculations. But that initial young kid in that black hoodie and the one in the white hoodie that pushed the teacher down, they're both going to jail, because I'm pretty sure he's going to press charges. And this all could have been avoided if there was a father figure in the household. And this is why we need black fathers in the household. This is why we have to stop breaking up the black family. This is why people have to stop quitting as soon as times get hard in that relationship and kicking niggas out and whatever. This is why. This is what else men bring to the table besides finances. Just because you can go get your own money that you don't need a man. No, who the fuck is going to raise your son? Who's going to raise him to be a black man in the United States of America, not just an adult? Because women can't raise a boy to be a black man. They can only raise a boy to be an adult. And this is Exhibit A. Unfortunate for everyone. I pray healing energy from everyone. Teacher, you took that lick like a goddamn G. But your jazz was not connected. And this is going to be sad. It's going to be, everybody loses on this. Everybody loses on this. And I think they should lock some parents up for their sons after.
Yep.
Ugly money is not.
Ugly Money is right. Lock some of those parents up too. Because the thing is, they could have hurt this old man. They could have hit him. He hit the floor. They hit him. He hit the floor. This man could have just hit his head on the ground, and he could have been gone. And those kids will all be serving life in prison just because they want to style out for the Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Black Queen, how are you? They want to style out for the Instagram. And this is the uncomfortable truth. I know, my sisters, that we can make our own money, right? We could do whatever we want to do, right? But this is not what our grandmothers and great grandmothers and great grandmothers actually thought that this would happen. The advice that they had passed down, they didn't understand that this foolery would go out of control like this. Because back in the day, they wouldn't have thought that we would be 38% married. They wouldn't have thought that. They wouldn't have thought that we would be 80% baby mamas in our community. Our ancestors wouldn't even thought that. Do you know how hard our ancestors, fought to be married? They would have ceremonies late at night, okay, in slavery. Late at night, they would have marriage ceremonies in the woods, okay, to just acknowledge to the rest of the community that they were married, the slave community, that they were married. And they could have gotten a lot of trouble for marrying, okay? They wanted to be married. They wanted to have a foundation, even in slavery times. That's how important they believed in marriage. Okay? But now we don't give a damn. We don't give a damn about marriage. We don't give a damn. We don't care how these kids get raised. We turn that oldest son into a son husband, and then he ain't no good for no woman that really needs him. He ain't gonna be good for that woman. He get in there and start doing foolery because why? Mama always save him. So he don't, when he starts to build the foundation of his own, he can't stand on the foundation because what? Mama raised him. He didn't know what a real man looked like. Some of y'all get in here talking about, I'm raising my son to be a husband. How? You raising your son to be a what? How? If you never seen a male role model, if you never seen a husband, how? Now, what you probably doing is raising him to be, finessed, okay? Some of y'all don't tell, okay? Urel, good morning. Some of y'all don't tell these young men what women really do. And so they get out there thinking they supposed to flowers, candies, and presents and love this woman, all the way to heaven, love this woman. And then she turn around and dog them out. See, only a man can teach a boy to be a man. I don't care how you try to spin it. I don't care how you try to shake it up and turn it around. Only a man can teach a boy to be a man. They need to get around men of substance. But you know what? Young men always figure out, those ones who on a A game, they always figure out something is wrong with their programming when they get older. They always figure out somehow something is wrong with their programming when they get older. And either they start getting around brothers that have substance, or either they go off to the military. Either or, okay? That's what usually happens. Because they need to be around men who have substance. So sometimes they fight for that. Let me get around some brothers who understand the assignment, okay? Let me get around some brothers who understand the assignment. Because this is the thing. When a man can sit up here and say, this is the thing. When a man can sit up there and say, I don't care about taking care of my kids. I don't care about being around those kids. I got other kids. I don't need those kids, this and that. You're a problem. You're a problem in the Black community. When you get sisters around here, I don't care about those kids. I ain't want those kids anyway. I can't stand those kids because they look like their father. You're a problem. You are a problem in the Black community. These children need guidance. And so for these children to get in there and beat up this teacher, and then it be posted all over social media, It looked cray-cray. It looked cray-cray because if you had the fear that when you got home, you got an ass whooping, there's some shit that you don't do. There is some shit that you don't do when it comes to school. Because you know daddy is going to be there to tax that behind. And these children, this is what they need. They need the guidance. I ain't say daddy. Sometimes daddies can look at their kids a certain way and the children know like daddy about to go, let me go sit down. Okay? Just like mama could look at the children a certain way, let me go sit down. But when the child, the look don't work no more. Okay? Because there's a time where the look don't work no more. You hear me? You look at the child, the look don't work no more. Okay? That look don't work no more. This is when you need the owner's manual. Shout out to JT. This is when you need the owner's manual in play. Okay? This is when you need the owner's manual in play. So now when the child is ready to start wreck shop in the house, the owner's manual will say, can I talk to you in your room real quick? Let me talk to you in your room real quick. And so now when daddy lay down the law, now the child come down like they got some sense. Because daddy let them know you're not going to do nonsense in my house. You're not going to do foolery in my house. Okay? Now y'all know what happened once that door closed. You hear, daddy no. Yeah, because you not going to play. You're not going to play with daddy. You're not going to play with daddy. And a lot of these kids, they need their fathers. Y'all raising them and they're turning into monsters. They have the same emotions as you, mama. So now, I want y'all to hear this. Okay? I want y'all to hear this. If you ever want to know where all this foolery stem from, if you ever want to know where all this foolery stem from in the black community, look at the black woman. Here we go. Here we go. Right here.
Be a good hoe. A good hoe don't never be a broke hoe.
Be a good hoe, don't
A good hoe, no. A good hoe don't never be a broke hoe. It ain't always got to be money. Whatever a nigga can do for you, accept it. Right, accept it. If he don't do nothing, right. Don't never used to say that. Don't have no wet ass and a dry purse. I know my mama said he got. Be a good hoe.
This is where the problem coming from. From the teachings of old. I was told this same thing too. Don't come back home with just a wet ass. This is the teaching of old that some of these old hoes come tell the younger generation and they eat it up. Do you hear the women around her like, yeah, that's right. That's right. So only to finesse a man. Okay, now you wind up pregnant, okay, and now the man thought it was just, y'all was just doing the hokey pokey and that's it, and now you wind up pregnant, and then, okay, I don't want the baby. You know what I'm saying? Good morning, Underrated Darkness. How are you, sir? Now I don't want the baby, okay? This is the foolery. This is the foolery that has been passed down from generation to generation. And I know what the problem really is, okay? The crack era, there's a gap. The crack era. A lot of people who was supposed to pass down information, the crack era got them. And so now we got passed off the information from the ones who got past the crack era, who got past the whole era back then. And then they come out and teach us this foolery right here. Okay, this is the uncomfortable truth. Y'all give me a minute. I'm gonna let y'all listen to it one more time. I gotta go run out and get the dog real quick.
Be a good hoe.
But you know what I mean.
A good hoe don't never be a broke hoe.
Be a good hoe, don't
A good hoe, no. A good hoe don't never be a broke hoe. It ain't always got to be money. Whatever a nigga can do for you, accept it. Right, accept it. If he don't do nothing, right. Don't never used to say that. Don't have no wet ass and a dry purse. And my mama said be a good hoe. A good hoe don't never be a broke hoe.
Be a good hoe, don't
A good hoe, no. A good hoe don't never be a broke hoe. It ain't always got to be money. Whatever a nigga can do for you, accept it. Right, accept it. If he don't do nothing, right. Don't never used to say that. Don't have no wet ass and a dry purse. And my mama said be a good hoe. A good hoe don't never be a broke hoe.
Be a good hoe, don't
A good hoe, no. A good hoe don't never be a broke hoe. It ain't always got to be money. Whatever a nigga can do for you, accept it. Right, accept it. If he don't do nothing, right. Don't never used to say that. Don't have no wet ass and a dry purse. And my mama said be a good hoe. A good hoe don't never be a broke hoe.
Be a good hoe, don't
A good hoe, no. A good hoe don't never be a broke hoe. It ain't always got to be money. Whatever a nigga can do for you, accept it. Right, accept it. If he don't do nothing, right. Don't never used to say that. Don't have no wet ass and a dry purse. And my mama said be a good hoe. A good hoe don't never be a broke hoe.
Be a good hoe, don't
A good hoe ain't never a broke hoe. This is the teaching, okay, that's passed down. Now, 18 said, that's right, 18. 18 said, why be a hoe and not a good wife? See, we have conditioned these girls to believe it's okay to be a hoe. Because you a good hoe ain't never a broke hoe. A good hoe ain't never a broke hoe. And this is teaching from the elders. Do you think the Caucasian elders teach their children that? They teach their children marriage is what it is. Marriage is what it is. This is why, did y'all know back in the day, okay? Back in the day, we talk about right after slavery, okay? We were the highest in marriage. The highest in marriage. More than Caucasian people. We were the highest in marriage. But look at us now, 38% married. And out of the 38%, y'all, most of the men that are in that 38%, they married outside. Most of the women that's in that 38%, they married outside. But they labeled that the black community, 38%. Hey, Daniel, how are you, honey? It's good to see you. This is the nonsense. We're listening to these old hoes from back in the day that's telling us this makes sense. Let's get out here, finesse our brothers for money. Let's get out here and get all you can from him, okay? And everybody forgetting that, DMX said, I gave you what you gave me. I gave you what you gave me. But this is a condition that was taught in our community. If I give you this, but JJ, you got to pass off some coins. Our community believe that we can be whole without the father. This is where the breakdown comes in. Do you hear me? This is where the breakdown come in, because our community believe we can function without the daddy. I'm telling you right now. You talk to a single mother, she'll tell you, I'm raising my boys to be men. And then we got to start asking them how. How? We got to start asking them how. How are you raising these boys to be men when you have not seen what a man looks like? You don't even know how to be governed or be governed by a man. You don't know how to sit under a covering. So we got to start asking these questions, because this is what our sisters believe, that we can raise these children on our own. We just talked about how they whooped that teacher behind in DeKalb County. Okay, Martin Luther King School. We just talked about this. Uncomfortable truth. The father is needed. There's a job that my sisters, every color around the world, that Yahweh has given us. There's a job that he has given us. Okay? And a lot of us failed in this job. I did too. I won on the second round, but I messed up this job too. Okay? The job is to bring forth a lineage that is upright. Pookie and Rere is not supposed to have a lineage. Pukisha and Rakeisha is not supposed to have a lineage. They're not. But we get in here and have babies with Pookie and Rere. So Pookie and Rere bloodline continues. Okay? But the man with the upright and the king mindset, the man that's upright and has the king mindset, his lineage die off. There are a lot of men who they don't want to bring their children into this world because the women that they're finding or the women that they're running into, y'all all the same. All of y'all the same. It's very rare that you see women that in our community that are not the same. It's very rare. It's only a small amount of them, and most of them are already married. Most of them is already married because we in our community, we love to follow the leader. If Tasha got a 27-inch, Lisa gonna get a 27-inch. If Shamika got a 27-inch, Tamika gonna get a 27-inch. If all these women got their nails done, everybody got their nails done, the feet done, and all that stuff, and they all have the ghetto mindset of this mother right here.
You're a good hoe. A good hoe don't never be a broke hoe.
Be a good hoe.
A good hoe, no. A good hoe don't never be a broke hoe.
When they have the mindset like this right here, and the teaching that a good hoe ain't never a broke hoe, this is where you get these women telling men, you got to cash at me $500 before I go out on a date with you. You got these same women that when they call, they going out on a date with this man, they just been only talking to him for 2 months on the phone, 2-3 months. And so she tell him, oh, I'm going to get my hair done. Okay. And he tell her, okay, well, I'll talk to you later. Okay. And she says, you know what? There's no later because I told you I need my hair done. And so you can't cash at me some money. What are you talking about? Y'all just going out on a date. So this man got to cash app you money to get your hair done. Oh, I'm getting my nails and feet done. If he don't cash at me the money, then I'm not going out on no date with him. Some of y'all say, oh, he got to drop a bag on me for the first date. This is the nonsense that y'all believe. And because of this false teaching that y'all had got from the Pretty Girls Rock, because the Pretty Girls Rock taught y'all this foolishness too. So from the false teaching from the Pretty Girl Rock, you will end up old and lonely. Because you believe a man's supposed to drop the bank on you, but yet and still you'll let Pookie and Rere smash for a cheeseburger. That's nasty, right? I know it's nasty. I know it's nasty, but it's true. Okay? These fathers are needed. This whole mindset has to go in our community. This hoish phase stuff has to go in our community. Only how Take Heed promote you being a hoe. When do Take Heed promote women being a hoe? My followers who've been with me a long time, Take Heed will tell you I promote you being a hoe. I agree that you should be a hoe. I do. But who do I agree you being a hoe with? With your spouse. That's right, Stephen. Thank you, Stephen. I agree that you be a hoe, but with your husband. It's all right to be a hoe. Be a hoe with your husband. Yep. Be a hoe with your husband. The whole phase that you want, you all that stuff that you want to do. Okay? All that stuff that you want to do. You know what I'm saying? I want to be tied up. You know, some of y'all do that tie up stuff. I want to be, spanked or whatever. Whatever you decide that you want to do in your whole phase, do it with your husband. Okay? Do it with your husband. Okay? This man gonna explain this right here. Okay? He gonna break this down. This is a Caucasian man. He gonna break this down of how women really feel when it comes to a man that she is in love with. Okay? Once those doors close, the bedroom doors will not be defiled. Believe that. Do you hear me? Once you close those room doors, the marital bed will never be defiled. Do you understand? So any freaky shit you want to do, right there in your room. Check out what this man said right here. Here we go.
Woman is the nastiest, sluttiest version of herself possible in the bedroom. What she's functionally communicating with her behavior, which is the only thing that really matters, not with her words, but with her actions, that you are the most desirable man I've ever met. And I am willing to break the rules for you that I strongly and rigidly enforce with all other men. When a woman is the nastiest...
What'd he say? Good morning, Miss Straight Up No Chaser. How are you? It's good to see you. When a woman is her most freakiest, nastiest way, okay, in the bedroom, okay, she broke all the boundaries just for you. This woman wants to be with you. She wants to be with you. If her character changed once she get in the bedroom, okay, this woman wants to be with you. She wants to talk dirty to you. She wants to mount you like a horse. She wants to bite you. She wants to kiss on you. She wants to do things that she has never done with any other man, and she don't really know what to do. And maybe you have to teach her. She's in love with you. And my sisters, that's how you supposed to be with your husband. You want to be freaky with your husband. You want to be in a whole phase. Oh, I'm going through my whole phase. I want to start hearing women say, I'm going through my whole phase with my husband. That's what I want women to start saying. I'm going through my whole phase with my husband. Okay? That's what I want to hear you say. Tell your husband, put on a Nike hat, Nike, New York Yankees hat, whatever kind of hat he got, Chicago Bulls hat. Turn that hat to the side. I need you to turn it to somebody else today. Turn that hat backwards, okay? This is what you need to understand. The whole phase is going to get y'all caught up in some foolery. But if you have the whole phase with your husband, you will not regret it. Do you hear me? You will not regret it, okay? There's times when you can tell him, honey, I'm in my whole phase today, okay? So it's going to get a little crazy in here. Okay. Now and some days you ain't want to do the whole phase. Okay. So honey, I just want you to make love to me today. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm just letting you know the whole phase is good, but when you're married, not for you to be passing what I'm about to say, pass the JJ like a collection plate. That's not the answer. Because at the same time, when you going through your whole phase, you're racking up demons. And now when you finally get to be with your husband, you finally get to be with a man of substance, you start comparing the men that you slept with your husband. Some of y'all get in here and say, he not big enough. There's some women that get in here, he's not big enough. He's not this, he's not that. The truth is, when y'all get in here and talk about you need 6 inches, most of y'all can't deep throat a 6 inch. You can't do it. Most of y'all cannot take in 6 inches. Okay? Some of you believe you can because you know it's social media. Okay? But the uncomfortable truth, you just need that thing as fat as a sausage. That's it. That's it. It doesn't have to be 6 inches. You're going to hurt yourself. You're going to hurt yourself. Most women don't believe that, but you're going to hurt yourself. See, love making is not supposed to be pain. It's not supposed to be pain. It's supposed to feel good. It's supposed to feel good, not pain. Not the whole session. It's being pain. Now in the beginning, you got a little something. But it's supposed to be comfortable. It's supposed to fit like a glove. It's supposed to be, yes, a little pressure. That's right. That's right. Steven said just a little pressure. I'm just giving a little pressure, baby. You know what I'm saying? It ain't too much pressure. Okay? It ain't too much. Okay? I'm not trying to knock you out to next week. And so love making is not supposed to be, oh, he's 6 inches. I know what to do with that. You're first of all, the BJJ can't take all that. It can't take all that. Okay? Now, even though, yes, we bring those babies out of there, but love making is designed to just be, it's supposed to feel good. Not you walking out bow-legged, your knees hurt and your legs hurt and you in pain and stuff. That's not how it's supposed to be. So I want y'all to understand that, because grandma was in here. She called herself teaching those grandchildren that, an old hoe. Let me play it one more time, because she was, this is the epitome of black women back in the day. This is what they taught us. This is the epitome. Hey, John, how are you?
Be a good hoe. A good hoe don't never be a broke hoe.
Be a good hoe. Don't
A good hoe, no. A good hoe don't never be a broke hoe.
And she believed what she said, because you got to see her face. She straight up believe what she's saying. Okay? And these are the elders of our bloodline. They believe this mess. Okay? And this is what they pass on to the younger generation. This is what they pass on to the younger generation.
Be a good hoe. A good hoe don't never be a broke hoe.
Be a good hoe. Don't
A good hoe, no. A good hoe don't never be a broke hoe. It ain't always got to be money. Whatever a nigga can do for you, accept it. Right, accept it. If he don't do nothing, right. Don't never used to say that. Don't have no wet ass and a dry purse. I know my mama said be a good hoe.
And this is the teaching. This is what the elders teach. Don't come in this house with just a wet ass. And we believe this makes sense. He was taught this too. Teachings of old that screwed a lot of us up, believing that, men ain't shit, men ain't gonna never be shit, men never was shit. Can the women change? They can. They can change, but it would have to be when they're younger, because my turnaround was when I was in my 20s. Because once they get older and they've been an old hoe, they done turned into an old hoe, and they in their 40s and 50s and they ain't never get it right, she just gonna die a hoe. That's what she gonna do. She gonna die a hoe. That's it. But this is the teaching that was taught to us. So I'm gonna let y'all just, I'm gonna let you go with that. I got another story out of Georgia. We're gonna get into that. I got another story out of Georgia. And it's heartbreaking. Okay. So a teacher was deleted, okay, by her girlfriend during an argument after a family party. I want y'all to hear it. It was sad. Let's get into it, okay? Okay, listen. Trigger warning, everybody. Here we go.
I can't go to sleep because if I go to sleep, this is going to be too real.
25-year-old Georgia teacher Kaylin Jackson was shot and killed after what was supposed to be a night of family celebration. On April 19th, 2025, Kaylin hosted a family Easter gathering at her home in DeKalb County. It was the first time in more than a decade her family had all been together under one roof. She spent the evening laughing, celebrating, surrounded by the people she loved. But just hours later, she was dead. Around 10 p.m., after the party ended, Kaylin and her girlfriend, 24-year-old Janai Colbert, got into an argument inside Kaylin's bedroom. A roommate heard a loud bang. Moments later, Kaylin stumbled out, bleeding, and said the words no one ever wants to hear. She shot me. DeKalb County police rushed to the home and found Kaylin with a gunshot wound to the chest. She was rushed into emergency surgery at Grady Memorial Hospital, but doctors couldn't save her. She died that night. Police immediately arrested her girlfriend, Janai Colbert, who was still at the scene. She's now charged with malice murder, meaning investigators believe it was premeditated or fueled by hatred, not just an accident in the heat of the moment.
I can't go to sleep. I can't.
She said what the newscaster says, that the family, it's been more than a decade that they all been together. I think they said a decade, right? That they all been together under one roof, enjoying family time. She gets home and her girlfriend and her get into a heated argument and she deletes her. She deletes her. You have two females. I don't care what anybody tell you, okay? You want to be a stud or whatever you want to be. I don't care what anybody say. You have two females, same energy. Two females, same energy, okay? There's no logic between these two females. Now, I didn't say the females were not smart. I didn't say that they couldn't comprehend anything, but you have two that are the same. There's no logic in between these two females. Who is the logic? Who is the logic? Anybody know? Who is the logic between us? Who is the logic? Logical one. Who is the logical one? It's the man. It's the male. Thank you so much, Stephen. Men, especially if they have a king mindset. You understand? Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Miss Straight Up No Chaser. You can drop them too. So, who has the king? Who will have the king mindset? Not all men have king mindset, even though they were born a king. Okay, but not all men have king mindset. Sometimes they have to grow into it. Sometimes he was just groomed by his mama, so he may not have it yet. And he has to take time and get it, get it together. But a man with a king mindset, this situation would not have happened. A lot of them, because they have two of the same energy, both of these people have the same energy, a lot of bad stuff happened between them. Now, yes, remember when they had the right to marry, that everybody was getting married, right? But their energy, both of them together, is off because it's supposed to be a female and masculine energy together that can coexist. Now, I'm not saying both of these energies coexist perfectly sometimes. I'm not going to say that because sometimes things go left. Y'all not meant to be together. But check this out. Two energies together. You understand? Two energies together. It's not going to work. There's no logic. Nobody can calm the situation down because we both mad. We both upset. But when there is logic in play, logic can overpower the foolery. You understand? Because sometimes men will go like this. Wait until the situation calms down. Okay? And at times there are women that'll go like this. Wait until the situation calms down and then get in here and talk about it. then the apologies come and stuff like that. So this is the uncomfortable truth. Now, this young lady has been sent to glory by her girlfriend, and we still don't know why she was sent to glory, but at least the police apprehended the girlfriend. When y'all get in these type of situations where people don't have logic, and this could be a male too, when you get in relationships with people who don't have logic, you got to understand that you got to get out of Dodge. This is why it's good to date without having relations yet, so that you can find out what is right and what is wrong. That's why it takes time to get to know somebody before you go lay down with them and spread your legs like an eagle, okay? Just let you know, just let you know. Now we're going to get on to something else. Now, this is the uncomfortable truth. Somebody said this. We're going to go into Deion Sanders' son. And I was wondering if this was true. That's why it took them so long to, him, getting a team. But this gentleman may be right, okay? Take heed to the message. Listen to this right here. Here we go.
I got breaking discovery here on what the NFL just did to all of us and Shannon Sanders. Now, hear me out on this. In the history of the NFL draft, since you've been alive, how many times have you watched the second round, the third round, or fourth round coverage of the NFL draft? Have you ever done it? I never have. Now, it costs a lot of money for these venues, to pay these people to come associated, to pay the people to come out. It costs a lot of money to get it on TV and everything. So what better way to get the people to watch the second round, third round, and fourth round of the draft? You tell me. By them blackballing Shannon Sanders, they literally got all of us to tune in for the second and third round, making it the most viewed second day of the draft of all time. Shannon Sanders knows this is happening, and that's why he's not upset by any of this. He's going to be given the sweetheart deal of a lifetime by whatever team he goes to, and especially it's going to be doubled or tripled by Nike. But what better way to get the whole country to watch night 2 and 3 or whatever of the draft than to blackball him because he is the one player that we wondered what pick he was going to go? Please tell me I'm wrong about that. Okay, y'all, I got...
Now that's nasty. Could that be true? Could that be true? Because when we watch the draft, we don't watch all of it. Once all the players that we wanted, that they got drafted, we like, yeah, this is good, this is good. But we were waiting. It could be. Hey, Derek, what's going on? How you doing? So it could be that's why they did it. They made him wait all that time because they wanted people to watch it. And they said it was the most views. You know what I'm saying? Highly viewed draft of this time. Can you imagine? So I don't know. I mean, alleged, but he got his team. Okay, I thought it was the third round. So somebody said the fifth round they got him. But alleged. But it could be because people do stuff for social media. Okay, people do some crazy stuff for social media for those views and likes, honey. Okay, so now I want y'all to listen to this. My sisters, I want you to listen to this. Yeah, Miss Straight Up No Chaser, they fifth round, they said he was picked. I thought it was the third, but they said fifth. And I was wrong. I guess I was wrong. So I want y'all to hear this. This is one of our children that she grew up without a father. Okay, I want you to hear the so-called logic she has in her mind. Check this out, what she said. This is for educational purposes. This is for my brothers and sisters. I want y'all to take heed. Listen to this right here. This is what she said.
Black girl defends killing black babies, claiming the black community is overpopulated. Watch this.
To this day right now, Planned Parenthood actually helps the black community just in regards to helping us not be overpopulated. Right? The black community is overpopulated. It is.
There have been 20 million black children aborted since 1973. Do you think that's a good or bad thing?
So the black community is still overpopulated because of our government. It is. gang relations.
The black community is below replacement rate.
Stop talking so I can finish.
You just said that there are too many black people. How can you say that?
So I didn't say that.
Said Planned Parenthood's helping you because the black population is too overpopulated.
Is that what I said?
That is eugenic statement, ma'am.
Is that what you believe I said?
No, did you say the black population is too overpopulated?
The black community is overpopulated. Yes, it is.
Statistically,
like your narrative
African Americans are below replacement rates. There are more abortions happening than live births.
This girl just admitted that Planned Parenthood's helped decrease our population, and she's talking about it like it's a good thing. This is Margaret Sanger, the founder of Planned Parenthood. She was a part of the eugenics movement. This movement was a group of racists who felt black people should be exterminated. Man, look at Margaret Sanger, direct quote. "We don't want word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population." So they implemented laws to sterilize blacks until they figured out a subtle way to do it through birth control and abortion. Then they use reverse psychology to make black women think killing off their offspring is empowering. This is why there's a Planned Parenthood in every black community. And why they also market perms and things of that nature that leads to fibroids and hysterectomies. Because the goal is to attack black life. And if you could persuade those very people that you're trying to exterminate that exterminating them is a good thing, then the war doesn't have to be physical. It could be purely psychological. Y'all be safe out here. Look at this, y'all. Black.
Shout out to Red Pill Awareness because I got that from his page. Can you imagine? This is the nonsense that y'all teach y'all girls. And she thought she was right. She said the black community is overpopulated. Oh my God. So this is when Google is your friend. Okay. This is when Google is your friend. If you like the content, please like and subscribe to the page. Also donate to the page as well. Okay. So this is when Google is your friend. Okay. And so you know, we are third. We are third in command in this BITCH. So Caucasians is first. Okay. Hispanics is second. We used to be second. Hispanics is second. Then we come in third, okay? And Mexicans are number 4, okay? Then so on and so forth and stuff like that, okay? So now, with that being said, what'll happen is, and it look like the Mexicans are on the rise too. So more than likely, we gonna drop down to number 4, okay? Because we believe that deleting our offspring is the thing. We believe it. Now take heed to the message. I'm far from judging anybody because my hands are not clean either. But I still live with that guilt today. So anything that I could say to a younger person, I would tell them that is not the avenue. The avenue is to close your legs. That's the avenue, okay? Use protection. I know some of y'all, you know, that fire crawl up your back. So I understand. Now use protection, get on something to protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? But what I would say would be to clink, clink. There's no babies. No babies will come if you clink, clink. You understand? So now this young woman, one of our children, said that we are overpopulated. Okay. So the thing is to exterminate the black community. We're overpopulated. Okay. And this is when Google comes into play. Google will tell you how much we are. The black community is not overpopulated. But because we were told some foolishness by some of our pastors, some of our black leaders as well who got paid to tell us nonsense, and they supposed to be putting on the armor of God, and they're telling us to delete your babies because you don't have enough money. Instead of saying to them, y'all need to get married. Y'all need to get married. You need to be in a stable home. Y'all need to figure out how to raise these children. That's what we need. Not, oh no, I'm independent. I don't need no man. And some of y'all be bragging about having 8 deletions and not knowing that you're messing up your womb. the thing is that God doesn't need us to do his work. He don't need us to do any of his job. God can do his job on his own. Some of us think that, God don't know what he doing. God can do his job on his own. If a child is not supposed to make it here, they're not going to make it here. They not. I don't care how much praying you do, how much whatever you do. If God say no, it's no. If God say yes, then no man on earth can tell you no. You understand? They may get out there and think they saying no, but if God say yes, it's going to be so. Okay? So stop trying to play God. That's not your thing. That you were not designed to play God. The black community, black women, we have been playing God. We have been playing God, and we're going to reap the harvest, honey. Do you hear me? We have been playing God, and we're the only community that lives by the Planned Parenthood book. Only community. Now, yes, they have deletions in other communities as well, but we're the highest. 20 million is nasty. And that was just only counted in 2023, I think, or 24. 20 million. Can you imagine what the number is now? Instead of you either doing clink, clink, or go get married. You understand? Go get married. Lay up in your husband's house and have all the babies you want. Because he going to take care of them. He going to take care of them. Oh, a Caucasian woman had to tell a black woman that that's not true. That's sad. That's sad. A Caucasian woman got to get up there and tell a young black woman that that's not true. You are not overpopulated. Do you know that the black community has only grown just a little bit since the 70s? Just a little bit. We in the teens. We're supposed to be like 23%, 24%, 25%, but we in the teens. So when you hear young black women say stuff like that, you want to ask, where the mama at? Where the daddy at? Where the mama at? Where the daddy at? This is the thing. Some of y'all who go get these deletions done, you don't know if another baby is going to come. So you might have just exterminated your offspring and that's it. There's no other baby coming. You in your late 50s. You did this when you were young. You in your late 50s. There's no baby. There's no baby. Some of y'all don't think about the consequences of these things. Take Heed didn't think either. She didn't think there was consequences to it. But every day Take Heed thinks about the nonsense that she has done. I walk with that with a badge of shame on my chest. Still think about it as old as I am. And this happened when I was in my teens. Still think about the horror that I did. Still ask Yahweh to forgive me, even to this day. This is the nonsense they don't tell you after you do these things. That psychologically you'll have problems. They don't think about that. They don't advise you that something's going to happen. They just tell you, oh no, you're doing the right thing because you already have a baby, this and that. You don't need more children. This is what they tell you. And it could be elders in your family that believe you're doing the right thing, and then you go and get this deletion, and you got to deal psychologically every day. I walk with this shame in my heart and in my mind. And even though I ask Yahweh for forgiveness, it still hurts. This is why I tell y'all young women, don't do this. Close your legs. Go get married. Do the needful. Do the needful. I didn't say go hunt for no man. What I'm trying to tell you is clean out everything that is not right within you for marriage, and Yahweh will send his son, one of his sons, your way. I ain't tell you to get up there and pray for no man. I ain't tell you to get on your knees and pray to Yahweh for a man. I didn't say that. I said go clean out everything that is not right within you for marriage. And then Yahweh will direct one of his sons to your way. Yahweh don't need no help. This is the thing that we believe Yahweh needs help with certain things. Yahweh don't need no help. Who are you? Who are you? If you like the content, please like and subscribe to the page. Also donate to the page as well. Who are you? That's the uncomfortable truth that we got to get in here and understand. A lot of these young women, you got to understand something. You go on this chopping block and do this deletion. You may wake up and regret it for the rest of your life. You may regret it for the rest of your life. And take heed is up in age, and I'm still think about this. I still think about what I done. I still ask for forgiveness. The false ideology in our community is wild. Do you hear me? When this young woman said that the black community is overpopulated when we are at number 3, we used to be number 2. Okay, Hispanics are number 2. Shout out to the Latino families. They're number 2. And now we come in number 3. And the Mexican family is at number 4. Baby, shout out to the Mexican family. Soon we're going to drop to number 4. So now let's get to the next foolery. Okay. Now we're going to touch on something real quick because we're going to run over to Shay Shay. Okay, we're going to run over to Shay Shay real quick. Okay, because Shay Shay lawyer came out and said this. Shout out to On Site. Shout out to On Site. Shay Shay, I think you walked yourself into some foolery, sir. I think you walked yourself into some nonsense. Here we go.
Sharpe's lawyer is Lanny Davis, and he echoes his client and calls the whole thing a shakedown. Why would Shannon Sharpe offer $10 million to someone who is allegedly shaking him down?
Thank you for that question. It's amazing how many people have asked me that question, so you have good company.
Okay, but it's the obvious one. It's the one that jumps out at you. If someone accuses me of something horrible, I'm not offering them a dime.
So what's the definition of blackmail? Why do people who are talking about blackmail pay money? It's because what is about to be revealed was a private act that could embarrass them and their family and hurt their reputation and their business. So blackmail, by definition, is paying money when you're innocent. If anyone wants to look at the definition of blackmail, interview 1,000 people who've been in blackmail situations who pay the money when they're totally innocent. So the answer to your question is that totally innocent people who are under a threat of blackmail, which is defined as revealing something privately that will embarrass or harm them, are willing to pay money even though they're 100% innocent. You can find 1,000 people easily who have been in the same position as Shannon Sharpe and makes the unfortunate and difficult choice of paying money when he's innocent in order to protect his family, his business, and his reputation.
So shout out to On Site for dropping that, and shout out to Shay Shay lawyer as well. Can you imagine? Shay Shay, 56 years old, about to be 57, and is accused of the R word. And somebody corrected me yesterday and said the girl is not 19. They've been doing something since she was 19. So whatever age this woman is, okay, she's still too young for Shay Shay. Okay. When do you make enough money that you just settle down with one person? Like, when is that time supposed to be? Just to secure your bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, to secure your bag, be with one woman that is of substance. Now, I'm not just clowning Shay because the woman is young, because Tracy Ellis Ross was talking about how good it is to be with younger men because the younger men don't hold her accountable. Okay, of course, the young man can't hold you accountable. He's still wet behind the ears. He can't hold you accountable. Now, a man your age that is of substance, he gonna be able to hold that ass accountable. Okay? This is why I think a lot of y'all date these younger babies, is because they can't hold you accountable. But when we get in here on Shay Shay, we got to get on the rest of these women from the Pretty Girl Rock crew. Because the Pretty Girl Rock crew be sleeping with these young boys talking about Stella got her groove back. Go sit your ass down. Stella got what? Stella got her groove back because he's a young stallion and you think this makes sense. So right now we all getting on Shay Shay, but there's a lot of women from the Pretty Girl Rock that be sleeping with these young boys that's 21, 22, and they get pregnant by him. And now they get the bag, they get to chase the bag and get the bag and be baby mamas of these young basketball and football players too. So this is the sad truth, the uncomfortable truth. Shay Shay is not just the problem. There's other people that do it too. Now, what I would say is that when you start making more money, you got to be wise. You got to be wise in who you messing with, who you dealing with, because there's snakes everywhere. You understand? There's snakes everywhere. You have to be wise. One thing, my brothers, and I want to say this to y'all, and I'm not trying to be mean, and I'm not trying to teach y'all anything, because I have no right to teach y'all. But y'all got to stop letting your second head control everything. You got to stop letting your second head control everything. And my sisters who are old alley cats, you got to stop letting that but JJ control everything. Okay? That but JJ can't control everything. King James, how are you? That's the uncomfortable truth. Y'all letting that but JJ talk to you. And so you think, oh, this young stallion can blow this cat out. I got cobwebs in here. This young stallion can throw that cat out. Now, yes, he can. He gonna break it down. He gonna break it down because he young, he excited. But the uncomfortable truth, just like Kevin Samuel said about Tracy Ellis Ross, is that she gonna always get taken down. Men gonna want to take it down. That booty is tight. Men gonna always want her to bounce somewhere. Okay? But you ain't gonna never get wiped. Then nobody gonna want you. Y'all Pretty Girl Rock. This is the nonsense that y'all have done. Because when you were younger and you were fine as wine and everybody wanted you, because ain't nobody gonna tell me Tracy Ellis Ross is not beautiful. That woman is beautiful. I don't care how old she get. I don't care if she just put braids in her hair. That woman is beautiful. Okay? A lot of our melanated sisters are beautiful. Okay? But when you get in here and you have been passed around like a toy, okay? You have been passed around, and now you done got older talking about, I need a warm body on top of me. Lisa Ray, I'm talking to you. I need a warm body on top of me. Of course, because you're tired of being passed around. But this is the uncomfortable truth for the Pretty Girl Rock, okay? The Pretty Girl Rock saga. Okay, good morning, Mona D. How are you? It's good to see you, my sister. Okay, this is the uncomfortable truth. Y'all wind up old and alone, okay? Or y'all come up here talking about, I got a PhD in relationships and shit. And so you start making money, okay? Just like Dr. Cheyenne, she wanted them Pretty Girl Rock. She wanted them too, okay? Even though she may play for, she playing, they all doing the same team now, okay? They all on the same team eating that grass, okay? Alleged. But you have women that are out here giving advice, relationship advice to other women, okay? And these women who are giving the relationship advice, okay, they like men. They not like men, I'm sorry. They like women, okay? You don't have any relationship of substance, and so you're trying to teach me how to treat a man. And you yourself don't even respect men. You yourself don't even respect men. And so you're telling me how men are supposed to treat women, and you have never experienced it. You getting up here telling women, oh, you got to have the passcode to the phone, the computer. You got to have the passcode to the second phone, social media passwords. What kind of nonsense? I'm going to share something with you, young ladies. I'm going to share something with you. And this is nasty, what I'm about to say. But when a man welcomes you into his life, a man of substance we talking about. When a man welcomes you into his life, all the social media, the phone, the computer, all that stuff will be open to you. You won't have to fight him for it or none of that stuff. He's going to open it to you. When his phone ring, he going to say, babe, can you answer that for me? Okay? When he in the shower, the phone ring, you come to the shower, you say, babe, your phone ringing. And he say, babe, answer that for me. Tell him I'm in the shower, I'll call him back later. Get their name, tell him I'm going to call him back later. Okay? That's what it'll be. A man with a king mindset, he's going to welcome you into his home and his mindset. He's going to welcome you. My king, while we were dating, my king gave me all his information to his bank accounts and stuff. I used to go collect money from his ATM to give, for the ATM card, give to him. I would go to the bank, pull money out his account and give it to him. If he had to do something, he said, honey, I'm running late. Can you go do this for me, this, that? Can you pay this for me, this and that? And I would do it. Give him back his receipt, everything. And we were just dating. Because this man opened his life up to me. A man that has a king mindset, he's going to open his life to you. You want to know why? Because he already has you under his covering. See, it don't take men long to put you under a covering. This is the thing a lot of us don't understand. It doesn't take long while you're dating. Especially if he has already put in his mind that you're going to be his wife. He already put you under the covering. So he's going to treat you accordingly. While we were dating, this man was treating me like I was his wife. We were living in separate homes, and he treated me like I was his wife already. And that's what happens when a man of substance with a king mindset, he's already put you there. This is why when something happened with that car, he's the first one on scene. This is why when something happens with a bill, you in a problem, you ain't got enough food, you this and that, you need money for lunch and this and that. He don't have no mind, he don't have no problem with doing it because you're already under his covering. See, a man who has a problem with doing it, that means he has no future for you. He don't think about there's a future for you coming. Okay? He just there to bounce that booty a couple of times and that's it. Okay? But a man who has a thought in his mind that you will be his wife, he will spread that covering. I don't care if he live on the other side of town. He gonna spread his covering by far to cover your whole house. To cover your whole house because you, in his mind, you belong to him. So there's nothing he would not do for you. You don't have to be snatching a man down, talking about, oh, I need this and I need that. Let me share something with you. A man with a king mindset, he already know that you might need some help. He already know. When I was dating my king, he was very nosy. He used to look in my cabinets in my kitchen, my refrigerator. Maybe I went to the bathroom or something like that. He'll be looking in my house, looking through all my stuff. And then the next day, he'll come to the house with all these bags of groceries and say, I was looking through your refrigerator and the cabinets. It looked like you low. And I would tell him, I said, oh, I'm going to give you the money back. He's like, no, you don't have to give me the money back. I just wanted to do it. Okay? And let me share something with you. I don't care what it was, how much he spent at the grocery store, $100, $50, $80. It was something that added to my household. And I didn't say to him, oh, you supposed to have spent more. I told him, thank you. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do. When somebody add to your household, you say, thank you. I appreciate you. You didn't have to do it. And then they'll tell you, I know I didn't have to do it, but I love you enough to let you know that I see you when you're in trouble. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to force a man to put a covering on you. You understand? You don't have to. Like when y'all get in here on these social media streets, okay? And y'all tell a man, he call you and you say, oh, I'm getting my nails done, right? Okay? I'm getting my nails done. And since he didn't say, oh, I'll pay for your nails, and you just met this brother, why would he say he gonna pay for your nails and he don't know if you a wife or a hoe yet? Y'all didn't meet. You just talked on the phone. See, the first incident when you meet a man, that first time, that first interaction, when y'all physically meet, he put you in a category. Now, brother said there was 3 categories, but I always thought it was just 2. So he put you in a category, either you a hoe or you a housewife. So once he put you in a category of being his wife, there's nothing he won't do for you. Nothing he won't do. I was messing with my king 2 weeks, only 2 weeks messing with him. Just met him 2 weeks only. My birthday was like maybe 2 weeks before. He asked me, when is your birthday? So I told him, okay. And the next day, he brought me a nice bottle of perfume. And I looked at the perfume because I listen, this is my favorite. Let me show y'all something. This is my favorite. This is White Diamond. This is my favorite. Okay. Now, back in the day, this bottle right here cost you about $100. Okay. They don't cost like that no more. Okay. Ever since, Elizabeth passed away, may her soul rest in peace. This bottle will cost you $100 and something. Okay. And if you got the kit, it was like maybe $150, $200. It was expensive back in the day. Okay. That's my signature. I love White Diamond. Okay. So when he brought me this big bottle of perfume and it was expensive, I told him, thank you. And he looked at me, he said, you're not happy. I said, no, it's not that I'm not happy. I don't wear this brand, but I'll wear it because you bought it for me and I'm thankful for it, He said, so what you wear? I said, White Diamond. He said, White Diamond? He said, White Diamond is cheap. I said, it's cheap now. Because White Diamond, this bottle right here costs you $21, okay? Christmas, it come down to like $10, okay? But this bottle will cost you $21, okay? Back in the day, that whole kit, I just told y'all, $150 to $200. It was expensive. So he said, oh, so you like, it's not that expensive. I said, I know, but it's my signature brand. Like if I'm walking past you, okay, Take Heed was around here because that's my signature brand. I love it. So he started buying me White Diamond. Only just known him for 2 weeks. Didn't ask him for anything. Just wanted his time. Just wanted to talk to him. And that's what men love to see. I just want your time. You know what I'm saying? I don't want your money. You know what I'm saying? I don't want what you got. Just be kind. Just be kind. That's all men need is kindness. And once he bring out his covering, baby, that covering will come from everywhere. I don't care where you are in the United States of America. Once he already put in his mind, you are under his covering, there's nothing this man won't do. Why is Take Heed talking like this? Why is Take Heed talking like this? Because I know what it's like to be under a man's covering. And it was hard for me in the beginning. It was hard for me because I didn't understand. I have never been under a covering before. And mind you, I was married at 19 and it only lasted 3 years. But I never felt a covering like this. My second marriage was something I would have never believed. But a covering, it can go from anywhere in the world, honey. This man will come. Because why? He has put in his mind that you belong to him. They ask my husband right now, is there anything he wouldn't do for me? He would tell you, I would give her the moon and the stars. Mind you, I'm aggravating too. Let's just, we got to put that out there because my king always says she's a good woman, but she's a little aggravating because I bite him. You know what I'm saying? I bite you, you go tell everybody. Why? You know what I'm saying? Why you gotta tell people I'm aggravating, sir? I know you watching my stream. Why you gotta tell people I'm aggravating? That's why when I get upstairs, I'm gonna bite you. Okay, now let's get to the next foolery. Okay, so yes, I hope Shannon, I hope everything work out. Okay, it's sad, but I hope everything work out with Shannon and stuff like that, because yeah, it looked like a shakedown. Okay, but then you got to understand the powers that be is at work, and Shannon, as old as you are, you supposed to be more wise. That's the truth. Now I know what I'm saying is hard, but this is the truth. Now Dr. Boyce is coming in with this is the next segment. Dr. Boyce is coming in with something, and he has a problem with the ESPN and how things are being done when it comes to black men on TV. And he has some choice words, okay? Shout out to Dr. Boyce and shout out to Young Black and Wealthy Honey. Here we go. Listen to what he said. This is what he said.
Men's talking about this is racism. They keep the black man positioned as a little boy. Because ain't no white man, you can't find one white man anywhere on any national television network anywhere who pops on the show smoking Black and Milds, pouring his liquor, wearing a goddamn do-rag. How come you can't just analyze the sports? How come you can't just get on there and say, I think the Lakers are going to win in 5 because LeBron, No, you got to be a damn minstrel show. That's clown behavior. And the clown behavior is accentuated by the fact that you're about to trick off $20, $30, $40 million to a little girl who's going to have more money in her bank account because she's going to say, I got these Negroes because they're stupid and they don't have any discipline. They don't have any strategy. They don't know how to protect themselves. She was recording you the whole damn time. Played you like a sucker.
That's nasty.
That's what she did. Made you look. Now you got great-great-great-grandchildren that would be filthy rich if you had simply protected the ball. You understand that, Shannon. You are a football player. You know what it means to protect the damn ball. That's the first rule of playing sports. The first rule is protect the ball and win for your team. When it comes to black wealth, I'm not talking about the game of football. That's a child's game. I'm talking about the real grown man game of black wealth, black economics, black industry, the survival of black people, the survival of the black family, fighting for the black community. You fumbled. You threw the ball into the wrong end zone. You went to the defense and you just flipped it off to them because you let them make you think like a sucker. That's what you did. This is embarrassing. This is crazy. This is ridiculous. It's shameful. You're almost 60. Get you a 40-year-old. The world will forgive you for that. There are 40-year-old black women who are gorgeous.
True.
Gorgeous. Don't listen to Kevin Samuels was wrong. He said after 35, don't nobody want you. That's bullshit. Black women are beautiful and at any age, but you can find some 40-year-olds that will put a 25-year-old to shame. But yet somehow you out here digging in the garbage, finding OnlyFans models who will set you up because you don't even know if that girl's a spy. She could have been working for the damn CIA. She was moving like an agent.
Ooh,
and if you think I'm exaggerating, think about men have been brought down over community pussy.
Oh, that's
think about how many black men have been brought down due to an inability to control their sexual urges. Think about this. Think about how many thousands of years prostitutes have always been the perfect agents.
Even
the KGB. Vladimir Putin used to get prostitutes to go and spy on his enemies. Drug dealers that run gangs. There was a drug dealer in Baltimore who had a fine-ass girlfriend, and she would tell him, I want you to go in the barber shop that he goes to, and I want you to seduce him, wear your tight little outfit, and then get him to come back to your apartment. And as soon as he gets naked, my boy's gonna run up in there and kill him. So black men have died from a lack of sexual discipline. This is a fact. Did anyone tell you this? Did anyone break this down for you? I'm not judging your desire for sexual experiences. I don't judge that at all. I'd be a hypocrite if I did. I'm judging the fact that this was not necessary. This is not necessary. And so what I really want us to, we have to stop and think about this. And this is really me
Now I'm gonna share something with you, Dr. Du Bois. He's right. He's right. He's right, because a lot of men, see, you have some social media content creators, okay? Let me get in here real quick. Hold on, y'all. Yorel, thank you, baby, for the $5 super chat. The honey pot, thank you. Oh, thank you so much, honey. I appreciate you. So the uncomfortable truth is that a lot of men have been brought down by the BJJ. Okay, this is men from all communities. This is not just the black community. This is, listen, Caucasian men lose their mind for the BJJ too. Okay, this is not Hispanic men lose their mind for the BJJ. Asian men lose their mind for the BJJ. Okay, every type of man lose their mind for the BJJ, honey. Because once a man start already dreaming that he can bounce that booty on somebody, you know what I'm saying? He can bounce that booty. That's it. That's it. Once he already put in his mind, he can bounce that booty. That is done. That is done. He gonna take it and take it well. You hear me? So this is the thing. When you are in the zone of getting the bag, 50 Cent, shout out to 50 Cent, because he said when he was in the zone of getting the bag, he had to go celibate. He said, I had to shut it down. Now, I don't know how he did it. I don't know how he did it. You got to have discipline, baby. But he said, I shut it down. I shut it down because I was chasing that money. So I had to shut it down because I knew if I didn't, it was going to lead me into some horrible place in my life. So that, but JJ is dangerous. That's why you got to get a woman of substance. I said it. A woman of substance that she don't mind spreading those legs like an eagle, and she ready. Okay, that's why you have to get a woman of substance that's ready. Okay, that's ready to take your last name, and she's ready to follow the leader. Okay, because men like this who already are, if you don't have an understanding with these women, baby, they will bring you to ruin. They will bring you to ruin. And it's not just because the the woman is Caucasian. It can, a black woman can do this, a Hispanic woman can do this, an Asian woman can do this. Okay? But discipline is serious on both sides. But I believe Shannon gonna learn. He gonna learn, and he might have to go through this walk. Not might, he's gonna go through this walk. And this might be just the lesson he needs to change. Because 56, you're supposed to be much wiser. Okay? My uncle said a fool at 40 will remain a fool. Do you hear me? So 56, you ain't supposed to be talking like this. Okay? Let's get Shannon in here. At 56, you're not supposed to be talking like this. Okay? Oh my God. When I heard it, I was like, ain't no way. At 56, you should not be talking like this, okay? You shouldn't be talking like this. You too old. You shouldn't be talking like this at 56. Check this out.
Coach? How I do it. How I do it.
Scott, who is that? Help me out.
You know what I'm saying? She little something. She might be famous for vertical activity that she good at.
She a hooper?
Oh yeah. Well,
who she play for? Who she play for?
She got her own little thing,
Huh?
She said, yo. Man, y'all need to stop, man. Y'all be on that bull jive, man.
Hold on. Who she play for? Who she play for?
Back in the day, she could have been on my team.
She played for on her back.
Here's Ocho.
Scott Reed? Who that is, Coach?
How I do it.
Hey, Scott.
You're not supposed to be 56 talking like that. You know what I'm saying? Not with these young men next to you. 56, you ain't supposed to talk like that. Okay? Especially when you talk about how you do it and all this other stuff like that. Men of substance at 56, they don't talk about who they lay down with. They don't talk about what they're doing in their bedroom. You never hear a man who is that old talk about what he do, because he's a grown ass man. He not gonna tell you. He said this is grown men conversation. Okay? This is a grown man conversation. I'm not gonna be telling you what I do in my bedroom. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm gonna tell you is to watch out for certain things. What I'm gonna tell you is to be cautious in what you do. And at 56 years old, we should not see Shannon up here talking about how I do it, how I do it, how I do it. Because when you hear this man, you know this man ain't 56.
It is.
Listen.
How I do it. How I do
Hey,
it.
Scott, I mean, who is that? Who is that? Help me out.
You know what I'm saying? She little something. She might be famous for.
And there's no hate to it, Shannon, because some of our women his age too talk stupid like that too. Because Tracy Ellis Ross got up there to First Lady Obama's podcast and was like, yeah, because they young and they look good and this and that. What kind of shit is that? What kind of shit? They young and they look good. What kind of shit is that? Somebody your age looks good too. Okay? Somebody your age look good too. But the thing is, you don't want nobody to be governing over you. You want to just do whatever you want to do. Mm-hmm. So when we get in here and we clown Shannon, we got the clown Pretty Girl Rock too. All of them. Okay, got the clown all of them heifers. Pretty Girl Rock too. Y'all do nonsense as well. It's not just Shannon in here. Y'all be sugar mamas for these young boys. Now I know it's time. I know it's, everybody laughing at Shannon. It's funny, this and that. But, he's not the only one that does this foolery. He's not. Now, do I wish he would have handled it better? Yes, I do. Ain't nothing wrong with you trying to get, but listen, ain't nothing wrong with you trying to get pussy. Pussy is good, okay? Pussy is good. I'm not sitting up here telling you that is wrong, okay? Now, I agree you should be married. I agree you should be married. He ain't gonna get in here and tell you no foolery. I agree you should be married. But there's nothing wrong with pussy, okay? There's nothing wrong with it. It's the sweetest thing on earth, especially if it's good, okay? But then you got this young girl here, okay? And she ready for you to pass off some coins. First of all, I would have never agreed to pay her nothing. I'd have never agreed to pay nothing. Take me to court, damn it. Take me to court, okay? And then you got clips of me talking to you and this and that, whatever. And this is when you tell the judge, we've been role playing. You know what I'm saying? We were role playing. A lot of couples role play. And they say he been messing with her for a minute. So a lot of couples role play. Oh, you like this? You like to be choked? You like to be bent over? You like to be, bent over the couch or in the garage and stuff? Couples role play. Nobody will get out here and tell me no nonsense. Okay? I've been married 18 years and my husband has been the plumber, the cable guy. Okay? My husband been the mailman. My husband has been called daddy. It's some things. It's some things you role play. Okay? No. So nobody would get in here and tell me nonsense. What the hell? Now, let's get back to the foolery at hand. Let me see what else we got. Now, this young black woman, beautiful young black woman, when I heard her say this, it broke my heart, but then I said she's right too. So Como TV dropped this, okay? I want y'all to hear what this young sister said.
The majority of Black women are not queens. You are paid government agents. You are empowered, but not in the way that you think. You teamed up with the government via government assistance, child support, legal violence, and they weaponized you against your own community and your own men. They sold you on being strong and independent, but really they just isolated you and set you up for further manipulation and failure. The system didn't free you. It actually programmed you to fight against your own, disrespect your men, and not respect your elders. You traded family for funding, and while you celebrate your freedom, your house just is slowly burning down, actually rapidly. Unfortunately, you're not raising children, you're actually programming them. Your daughters are repeating the same cycles as you, becoming baby mamas, involved in sugar daddy culture, whole culture, all of the above. And then your sons lack leadership, discipline, and self-control. So just no order at all, just all dysfunction, emotionality, and rage. You became the perfect weapon to inject the dysfunction right directly into your children, so they don't have to do it because you're doing it for them. But then you brag about your degrees and how you're the most educated and independent and strong and how you guys can take care of yourself, but your children can't read. Can we make that make sense? And as long as you keep choosing the system over black men, you'll remain a non-player character, a program bot running on a government code, just raising the next generation of slaves. And this is why you lead in obesity, single motherhood, least likely to get married, least desirable, most likely to raise a criminal. It's because you're a product of the very system that you think you're outsmarting.
That's nasty. That's nasty, right? Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if that's nasty. Put a 2 in the chat if it's not nasty, okay? Put a 1 in the chat if that's nasty, man. She was telling the truth. Put a 1 in the chat if that's nasty. Put a 2 in the chat if she ain't hit it. Cause she hit it. She hit it now. She hit it now. She said government agents. She said government agents. That's nasty. That's nasty. King and Kevin and Mary, listen, y'all. That's nasty. Grown up. Yes, honey. That's Maria. Is nasty. Oh my God. Listen. That's nasty. She said government agents. Black women, you are government agents. She ain't lying. She ain't lying. Okay. Some of us do our job better than others. Okay. Some of us government agents do our jobs better than others. If you have a dysfunctional household, you are the top government agent. Is that nasty? Did I? Wait a minute. If you have a dysfunctional home, you are the top government agent. Okay. If you have a dysfunctional home, okay, you are the top government agents. But if you are governed by a king and your household is stable, you're the worstest government agent in the world. You're the worstest. I'm the worst. I'm the worst government agent in the world. Okay. If you have been if you are governed by a man with a king mindset, you have a covering, and your children understand the assignment, you are the worst government agent in the world. If you have a stable home, you the worst government agent. You heard me? You heard me? If you got a stable home, you're the worst government agent and they ready to fire you. Okay? But if you got a dysfunctional home, you are the best government agent. If there's no man in that home that has all of y'all under a covering, you are, let me repeat that again because I said it wrong. You are the best government agent. You hear me? If you doing everything on your own and you talking about, I don't need no man, black men ain't shit, black men ain't never been shit, black men ain't smart, you are the best government agent in the world. Because you want to know why? You're going to pass that dysfunction down to the next generation. Yes, honey. You're going to pass that the next generation going to have dysfunction because of you. Okay? When you feed it into the next generation, you are the top government agent. Okay? You about to get a star on your chest. Yes, I said it. The young lady is right. She's right. It's nasty. But she telling the truth. And I know a lot of black women gonna clown her about it and call her a pick-me and stuff like that. I have learned now that when y'all get in my comment section, you call me a pick-me. Also, some of y'all be telling me, I hope your husband leave you and this and that and stuff like that. And I was offended before when y'all said stuff like that. I hope your husband leave you and stuff like that. But then I had to respond like this. I got good pussy. Okay. Then I had to respond like this. I'm obedient to my husband. and I cook and clean and do what he tell me to do, that's the same thing, okay? And then I said, my husband won't leave me, okay? So I got to speak stuff into existence. Because some of y'all be wishing death upon me, okay? Some of y'all be wishing evil that'll happen to my household when your household ain't in order, but you got those PhDs though. You got that career though, right? You making more money than me. Your sons and daughters, you have paid full college tuition for them, right? And then your children still grow up with some type of problem. Now, I'm going to share something with you. Not all children that are under a covering that they grow up okay. Some still grow up, have a little issue, but it's not as bad as the ones that don't grow up without, that grow up without a covering. The ones that grow up without a covering is much worse. Psychologically, even if you don't see it right now, when they get older and they figure out something is wrong, it's because they were not raised with the owner's manual. I know you don't want to believe it. I know it's hard to believe, but this is when they got to go sit on somebody's couch. Now, I'm not saying the ones who were raised with two parents don't have to go and sit on somebody else's couch, but it's not going to be as worse as the ones that were just raised with you, mama. Because there's times, mama, when you get mad with these children, you tell them you look just like your fucking father. Okay? Sometimes you get mad with these kids, you say you black as hell like your fucking father. Sometimes you get mad with these children, you'll tell them you look like your so-and-so father and he light-skinned. You know what I'm saying? You look like your effing light-skinned father. That's what some of y'all say. Oh, I can't stand you. You act just like your father. Or you going to go to jail and be in prison just like your daddy. Your daddy ain't shit. He ain't going to never be shit. He never was shit. And y'all think that's okay. A lot of y'all think that's okay to say that to these children. And then the children grow up and have all this, hatred towards the daddy because the mistreatment that you gave them. And so they think the daddy is really bad. And then when they find out the truth that the daddy wasn't bad, then mama, the tables are turned on you. The tables are turned on you. You understand? If you like the content, please like and subscribe to the page. If you like the content, please donate to the page as well. You right. Maria, I see you. You right. Growing up, I see you. This is the uncomfortable truth. So when this young woman, and she is African American, when she said, we are government agents, she right. But some of us are horrible government agents. And I like to keep my title just like that. Okay? Some of us are horrible government agents. I want to keep my title like that. I want to be a horrible government agent. Yes, I don't want to get the star and the badge and everything. I don't want none of that. Okay? I want to get that paper that say you about to fire me. I want to get that paper right there. We about to fire. Take heed. She's not doing her job. We gonna fire her ass. Yes, that's what I want. Fire me. Fire me, honey. So, also, let me see what else we got. Shout out to Red Pill Awareness one more time, okay? Shout out to Red Pill Awareness one more time, okay? Check this out. This young woman said this, okay? This is what this young woman said. Here we go.
Y'all, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's something going on out here. And I don't know if it's my algorithm per se or what, but like, it's a lot of studs that's going back to men. I'm seeing a lot of content about women telling their stories about how they going back to men because women are just too wicked out here. Like, these women aren't just, they're not over their gay phases and they're just like, okay, fun's over. Like, nah, I really do like women. I want to take a woman serious, but you know what? These women are so wicked out here, bro. Like, if I'm going to be with a being, I might as well just pick the lesser out of two evils. and they going back to men. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm seeing enough content that's pertaining to that. And it's just like, ladies, this ain't a wake-up call to y'all to get y'all stuff together. This ain't a wake-up call to tighten up and maybe heal and be better people. Like, guys is saying the same thing about y'all. Studs is saying the same thing about y'all. And studs are women too, just in case y'all forgot. Like, other women with sense and other men are saying the same thing about y'all. Y'all don't want to get y'all stuff together?
That's nasty.
Because I know me being done wrong by women, I know that incentivized me to be a better woman, because I don't want to cause nobody, man or woman, hurt that a woman did me, because that pain is a pain. Like, women be ruthless with they joy. Like, a man can hurt you, but a woman will hurt you even more, dog. Like, it's just, like, y'all are savages. I ain't gonna hold you. And y'all do it with such no remorse. Like, y'all just shrug y'all shoulders about it, like, all right, whatever. Like no remorse. Nothing. It's just like, man, woo! I can't even put it in words. I gotta make a sound effect to describe some of y'all's wickedness, dog. Like, man, like, y'all know how bad of a person you gotta be, how bad of a relationship partner you gotta be to make somebody consider doing a whole 180 in their sexuality.
Oh my God.
Man, ladies, y'all tighten up as a whole. You need to tighten up, because y'all gonna look up and ain't nobody gonna want to mess with y'all other just what's in between your legs.
Oh.
And I know y'all don't want that. I know y'all don't want that.
Nasty.
I know y'all don't want that. You look around and don't nobody want to take you serious.
Nobody wants
and
to.
if they are trying to mess with you, it's really just to get their rocks off and then go on about their business. Is that really what you want to be used for? Y'all don't want to be loved right. Y'all don't want to be loved. Y'all don't want to be treated right. Y'all don't want none of that. Y'all just want to be reckless, do whatever y'all want, and then y'all expect for other people to just take it, tolerate it.
All the time.
And then if they leave you alone, you flip it on them like they did something wrong. I done heard so many women be like, only the strong can survive with me. Why somebody gotta be strong?
Why
to
they
deal
gotta be
with you?
strong?
Why can't you just be strong enough to control yourself?
Oh my God.
Like, y'all don't be hearing y'allself when y'all be talking, man.
No, they
but
don't.
yeah, that's really the thing, ladies.
No, they don't.
Tighten up. Cause these tomboys, these studs and men is really getting tired of y'all.
They tired.
Y'all need to tighten up. Y'all need to tighten up. Because honestly, quite frankly, if women as a whole tighten up, not only will the relationship and the dating pools will get better, society will get better too. But you know, we gonna all keep being in hell. Just as long as women keep being in hell, society gonna be in hell. Everything gonna be in hell. So yeah.
You know what's so nasty, and how this stud just said this, but this is the uncomfortable truth. A woman will get caught cheating, okay? And the first thing she will say to her husband is that, or boyfriend, you don't spend enough time with me, okay? So how did that, you know what I'm saying? It's not, I'm sorry. It's not, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? It's not that, oh, forgive me, crying or whatever. Cause no, you cry in it too. But what you do is that, you don't be around me enough, Okay, I cheated with your daddy. I cheated with your brother. I cheated with your cousin. So what? You ain't never home. That's the excuse. So yes, I was screwing your daddy. I was screwing your brother. I was screwing your cousin. I was screwing your god brother. I was screwing your best friend, but only because you never home. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Oh, because you never home. You know what I'm saying? She said, be good people. That's nasty. The studs got to tell y'all, be good people. Be kind. Y'all ruthless. This is why I tell y'all all the time. The devil himself. Let me share something with you. Okay? When a woman wants to come back and hurt somebody, do you hear me? When a woman wants to come back and hurt somebody, okay? The devil himself got to step back and just watch and say, I ain't never seen no shit like that. You hear me? The devil himself got to come back and watch. I ain't never seen no shit like this. Okay, the devil got to say it. I ain't never seen no shit like this. When a woman is fed up, honey, okay? When she ready to do some nonsense to you, and maybe you didn't do nothing to her. You just been being a good husband. You've been providing for the family, but you not home. Like, or maybe you're working 4 or 5 days a week, and you pumping out those hours just to make sure she live in a beautiful home and got a nice car and all sorts of stuff like that, right? And so you doing all these things, and say your father come over a lot to check on the house. She starts screwing your daddy. Now she got pregnant with your dad, with your father's child. Okay. And then she tell you, well, you gonna raise this baby like you raised all the other kids. Excuse me? Excuse me, what happened? Excuse me, what happened? What happened? I'm gonna do what? Excuse me? I'm gonna do what? Raise all the kids like you know what I'm saying? I'm raising all these other kids, and I'm gonna raise the kid that you and my daddy made together. Excuse me? Come again? No, you gonna do it. You gonna do it. This is the boldness. Hey, Wallace, how are you? This is the boldness that some of these women have. And it's not just the Black community. There's all over. All these women here can do that mess to a man and don't have no remorse. Be screwing. Listen, there are women that will screw your son. You know how many women have called in to radio shows and say their deepest secret? They screwed the husband first son. The son live in the house with them. The son go to the gym all the time. He bulky and stuff. Okay. The dad go to work in the morning. The son work in the afternoon. Okay. So now stepmama is walking around in a nightgown, no bra, no panties on, and bending over in the son's face. Okay. And he looking at her. Okay. He looking at her and stuff like that. And then she tell him, oh, I see you looking. Come over here and let me show you something else. And he go and bang his daddy's wife out, and nobody know. Nobody know. Nobody know. And the wife don't have no remorse. You know what she think about? Cause you ain't never home. That's the first thing a woman will say. You ain't never home. That's why I'm cheating. What kind of nonsense? And this is why I tell y'all, get a hobby. Get a hobby, damn it. Get a hobby. Talking about I ain't never home. Y'all crazy. That's another downfall. That's another, how can I say this? That's another problem when you mess with women who are young. Okay? That's another problem, my sisters, when you date men who are young. Because you be in your 50s, you might have a daughter or son. Especially y'all older women who want to be sugar mamas. You might have a daughter that's in her 20s or 30s, and you got this young boy coming to your house. He stay at your house sometimes, and then you go to work in the morning. Your daughter is home in the afternoon. She go to work in the afternoon, but she home in the morning. She walking around with some booty shorts and a tank top, and the son is looking at her. The son is looking at her. And he asks her some questions, cause they family. Okay, they family. Cause he with you. So she walk around calling him daddy, this and that. Cause it's something crazy. And then he laugh and he tell her, I'll show you what a daddy is. And then go ahead and do something with her. And now all of a sudden, mama and daughter is at war because of, of this young man. You trying to be a sugar mama. Same thing with daddy. You got this young stallion in your house, and then your wife is young as well. And you don't think she look at that boy? You don't think she look at him when he come from the shower? You don't think she see him when he working out in the house? This is the downfall when y'all be trying to date them young, because they don't have no common sense. What they'll tell you is that, oh, you always leaving me in the house. You never home, this and that. Especially if you a hardworking man. If you want to try to make life comfortable for your family, that's the first excuse a woman will tell you. Oh, you never home. You never home. That's why I had to seek comfort outside. That's when you start going to painting class, getting some karate, do some Pilates, yoga, and all that stuff. Okay, get busy. Get busy. Stop laying around the house watching that son or watching that daughter, whatever. Get busy, damn it. Get busy. Now, I gotta go. I'm finished talking shit today. I gotta go, okay? I got to go, okay? I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. I gotta go, okay? Now, Urel, thank you for the $5 super chat, baby. I appreciate you. Thank you to everybody who's shown up. Thank you to everybody who hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you to Urel for donating to the channel. If you want to donate to the channel, you can donate through Cash App, Venmo, Super Chat as well. If you want to donate to the Raggedy Hair Scarf Fund, okay? Because I need some more hair scarves, okay? So if you want to donate to the Raggedy Hair Scarf Fund, you can do that, okay? Through Cash App or Venmo if you like the content. If you want to shop with us, our family business is called ubmrexfashion.com. Mercari, POSHMARK, and eBay is also there too. If you want to buy merch, scroll to the top of the page. You will see Shop or Store. If you're interested, they got hoodies, shirts, mugs, water bottles, baby clothes, and the cartoon, a cartoon character look of me. And at the top it says, "Take heed to the message." Okay, if you're interested. Okay. Now this is for you, Urel. Here we go, baby. Here we go. Thank you.
Didn't even need no words. This all just strictly beat and it still go crazy. What? I don't know who made this beat right here, but we didn't need no words. Hey.
That's nasty. So thank you, Urel, for the $5 super chat, baby. I gotta go. All right, today's Sunday. My king is off. I gotta go. Okay, I gotta go aggravate him. You know, I wouldn't. You know, it wouldn't be my day if I don't get a chance to aggravate him and frustrate him. I live to aggravate this man. I thank God for another day. Okay, that I can come and aggravate my husband. Okay, I thank God for another day. Okay, so. Everybody have a wonderful Sunday. Y'all stay safe, okay? Stay blessed. God willing, I'll see you tomorrow, okay? I will see y'all tomorrow. And we going to go out. Let me see what we going to go out with. What kind of music? Let's see what we going to go out with. Here we go. We going to go out with this right here. Nasty. Oh my God. Nasty. Oh my God.
It was fame before pleasure.
Everybody have a good Sunday. Love you all.